another edition of The Morning View.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. What's going on, man? I hope you guys are good. Happy Friday, man. It's the end of the week. We play a game tomorrow. The wait is basically over. Watching everybody from Tuesday to Thursday just playing games. I was watching Conference League yesterday. I was watching Europa League yesterday. Shout out Sean Dyche and Forest. I'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, actually, because we're going to be their first home game in the Prem. But our team is back tomorrow, 5:30 against Brighton and Hove Albion. Big up to everyone in the chat. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are all here, man. Let's celebrate that we're here on Friday. We're good. We're in good spirits. We're feeling good. And we're locked in. You know what I'm saying? That isn't always the case. So first of all, thanks for life and thanks for being here. All of those things as well. We're going to be talking about Harry Kane. Surely not. Surely he's not interested in coming to Man United, is he? We're going to talk about Ruben Amorim's midfield shortlist. I know we spoke a little bit about Carlos Baleba yesterday and Angelo Stiller, but there's more. There's even more. You know what I'm saying? So it's a jam-packed show. There's so much going on. We have to be ready for it. We have to be in the right sort of condition for it. We have to be in the right sort of mindset for it. Some would say we have to be optimized for it. Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. Two of our own, OWEN, lost over 100 pounds in 10 months and KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds and Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds. And Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work. Yes, that's just it, man. You guys know the score by now. If you haven't, I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you've been on. I don't know where you've been looking if you don't know by now. But I'm still going to remind you because I'm good like that. You can scan the QR code right there to take you to the landing page and use the code UV to get up to 70% off your first order. Or you can click the link in the video description below. You've got your Optimum Day right there. Here you go. Turn it round, Flex, so they can see what I'm going. That's for your fat burning stuff. That's for your sugar cravings. That's to help you with the weight loss. And this is for your sleep. This is Optimum Night. That's going to help you be in that deep REM sleep because you guys know, and if you don't know, you should know, part of a healthy, balanced diet and being on a health kick is about sleep. Sleep is probably one of the most important things to do with it. So those are your natural Optimum products. You can get them individually or you can get them grouped together as well using the code UV or scanning the QR code right there on the screen as per usual. Kane open to United transfer. What the hell is going on here? Why is this a thing? Why has this been spoken about? And the reason why it's been spoken about is because of Ben Jacobs. And I saw this a little bit yesterday and I thought, let me see about this. But it was just something to discuss. Not saying it's true, not saying it's going to happen. Probably won't. I don't know. But here's what's been said. Ben Jacobs was on the United stand yesterday. Shout out, Ben. He said, Ben Jacobs, this is what you have to say on if there is anything in Harry Kane links to Man United. He says, I think there is. I'm not going to get anyone too excited so early. Kane has this release clause that was kept secret. And it's 65 million euros to my knowledge. After the World Cup, there is a realistic chance that Kane returns. I'm told Kane, when he moved to Bayern, had this idea that he would come back after Bayern at some point. He also says, nothing yet to suggest anybody is in open formal talks with Harry Kane. I think we have to stress that. We all know, I don't think anyone's thinking there is. If you are, you're jumping the gun. But there is a diminished release clause in 2026. And Kane is still eyeing up the Premier League goal scoring record. It's not a given if he returns to the Premier League. It will be Spurs. That's not a given. Or no other club, because Kane was interested in Man United before he ended up moving to Bayern Munich. So that's the information we've got. That's the information we've got. Discuss. Harry Kane in the chat. I'm going to open it up to the floor as I kind of go off and give my opinion on this. But Harry Kane in the chat, discuss. Are you lot trying to see that? Whose birthday is it? Is it Lil Yoyo's birthday? Is it? Lil Yoyo, happy birthday, bro. Wait, let me scroll. Hold on. He says we're back. Is it Yo-Yo? Is it your birthday? Court Star, happy birthday, bro. No one's going to be lying. Big up Lil Yo-Yo on his birthday. Big up to you, brother. More life, more blessings, more good health and stuff like that, man. So big up to you on your Earth Day. Big up Lil Yo-Yo, one of the realest. Harry Kane, discuss. I think if we could get Harry Kane, for me, it's not even a conversation. I ain't going to lie to you. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh, it's not your birthday. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, why are they saying it's your birthday then? What's going on here? Well, big up to you anyway. It's Friday, bro. They're still sending love in it. But it ain't your birthday. I don't know. Someone said it was your birthday, bro. Happy birthday from whenever your birthday is, if it's coming up anyway. These men are on foolishness fairs. Harry Kane. How old is Harry Kane? Is he 34, 33? Kane's 32. When is that? July. So this summer he's going to be 33. What we have to understand about Harry Kane, yeah, if you need it understanding to you, is that one, he's still at the top of his game, absolutely world class. In terms of strikers on form right now, he is in the top 3 players in the world in terms of Haaland, of number 9s in terms of Haaland, Mbappe, and of course himself. In terms of top 3 players in the world, obviously you're looking at Ousmane Dembele, Lamine Yamal, etc., etc. Vinicius Jr., blah 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 blah. The usual list. But Harry Kane, in terms of productability, output, consistency, he's got it. That's a fine for me. Phone not on silent. He's got it. He's 32 years of age. In the summer, he'll be 33. Now, the usual thing is you shouldn't be signing a 33-year-old. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you're trying to go a different direction. You're trying to build. It's not what Ineos are really on. But this is Harry Kane, brother. This is Harry Kane. This is what we should have done a couple of years ago, but it's still not too late. If the numbers work, which, let's be honest, he's just phenomenal, so it's a no-brainer. You just get him, bro. For me, you just get him. It's someone for Sesko to learn off. I even feel crazy listing the positives of getting Harry Kane. He's a guaranteed hit. Can he still do it in the Prem, says Swifty? Nah, come on, man. Of course he can, bro. Of course he can, bro. Come on. Let's not do that, bro. Toby, I'm not entertaining Kane. Great player, but not for us. He'll drop off in a year or two, and he's not lifting the brief of what Ineos are doing with their transfer policy. We don't need him. We don't need Harry Kane. What? Show, we missed the boat on him. It's done. It's too late, brother. Focus on Sesko. He'll come good for you. It's too late, Flex. What? You're not trying to see Harry Kane for a couple of years? From 33 to 35, even 36, you think Harry Kane... Is that what we're doing? We don't need Harry Kane. Come on, guys. Guys, yeah, we've got to run a poll on this. What the heck is going on here? No to Kane, keep focusing on the team and building. Yes, with the best striker in the world, bro. Kane for 2 years, exactly. We always talk about not putting too much pressure on these players. Get an older striker he can learn off. What older striker is better than Harry Kane for anyone to learn? We were talking about Lewandowski the other day. He's 37. We're turning our nose up at Kane. Let me run this poll here. What is going on? Come on, man. I can't, guys, we can't be doing this. We seriously can't. Where's the thing? Oh, for God's sake, this stupid something went wrong thing. Is anyone else's YouTube just bugging out in the back end if you've got a channel? Like, I don't understand why mine just doesn't get fixed. Right, let me do it in this one. I can do it on that one. Let's run that. There you go. Poll. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'm logged in on the wrong one. This is so long. YouTube, sort it out, man. Beg you lot, sort it out. Right, now I can. Anyway, let's start this poll because I can't believe just yes or no. Should United sign Kane? Simple yes or no. It really is. You know what I mean? There you go. Why didn't that bit come up? There you go. Should United sign Kane? I don't understand why it's a thing. Oh, for God's sake. What's going on? Flecknology, man. Right. Should United sign Kane? Question mark. Yes or no? Create poll. Like, I don't even understand how we could. Would Kane? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Would Kane work? Let me get the super chats out. Shout out Sanchez. Sanchez says all depends on the piece. 80 million, 90 million for a 33-year-old. Nah. And Aminor says, would Kane work in an Amarim 3-4-3 and do hard runs? Come on, man. Kane would just be a focal point up front. You're improving the wing-back area. You've got Cunha and Mbumo and Bruno in the team. Maybe it looks a bit different in the summer because of different midfielders coming on. Guys, it's Harry Kane. Come on, man. 80 to 90 million for a 33-year-old. Yeah, I hear that. I mean, you don't really want to be paying 100 million or anything like that, 90 million. You know, that release clause, I think, was 65 million euros. 65 million euros is what Ben Jacobs said. Let me double check that. He said Kane has a release clause that was kept secret, and it's 65 million euros to my knowledge. But he's saying there's a diminished release clause in 2026. So that means he's saying that release clause ain't going to be there. So if he was valued at 65 million euros with the release clause, it ain't going to be 90 million pounds. Nowhere near. It's 65 million euros, and that's going to be diminished. So then it's going to be up for negotiation. If you can get Kane for 50 million, bro, like what? You just do it. You just do it. You ask questions later. You just do it. I don't even need to go through Harry Kane's numbers. I don't get it. How could we say no? Even at 65 mil, no. Oh my days. So what would you lot do for 65 mil then? Would you go and buy like some Kolo Muani product, like a vibe like that or something? I don't like what. Like what would you do with 65 million? If hold on, let's talk about this. If our backup striker is Xerxes, let's say at the moment you could argue it's Cunha, but really it's Xerxes, but he's going to leave, yeah? He ain't fancied. If you got 50, 60 million pounds to spend, because we've just spent 60, 70 million on the main striker, like, do we not go and get another striker then? Namunius says go and get Semenyo. I hear that. Both can be true. We need both. Like, what? So we don't go and get. So if we got the chance to get Harry Kane for 50 million, we've got other priorities. You don't get that. We just spent 200 million in the summer. We'll probably spend 200 million again. Flex, you don't learn. Man United fans are toxic. They will turn on Kane like they did CR7. Listen, it's not about what them man are like. Whoever's going to turn. This is just about quality, world-class quality. For the next Harry Kane as well. Let's drop this thing of can he do it still? He's the drop off. He can still play at the top level for the next, especially with how he plays, for the next 3 years, I would say. 2 to 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Not including this season. I mean, after this season. Obviously, this season's frightening, so you know what he's on. He's proven everything. Champions League, you know what I mean? In the Bundesliga for England, he's doing what he always does. What's the poll saying? What's the poll saying? 50-50. Fuck. What? 50-50. People get voting, please. If you haven't, there's over how many? Over 500 people watching. We only got 154 votes. Please, if you can. I know you might be driving, to be fair, or you might be doing something, listening in headphones. You might not have access to actually vote. But if you can, please vote. I want us to be as accurate as possible. of a representation for the basically 600 people that are watching right now. I need to know. 50 is slightly in Harry Kane's favor, but it's very close. It's basically 50-50. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we spent 200 and over 200 million in the summer. You know, if we could spend over 200 million again, and 50 million of it could be someone like Harry Kane, then you've got 150 million to get a wing back, and you know, obviously we need midfielders. Come on, and that's without even selling anyone. Come on, people, man. That's not even taking into account Casemiro wages off the books. Like, it's got to be a no-brainer. With Kane, how do we press? With Sesko, how do we press? Sesko's not running around like a blue-ass fly, pressing all over the place. We don't even press that much in the final third. We set some traps in the mid-block. You know what I mean? And then when you do want to kind of go after people, it's about Cunha and Mbumo, maybe, you know, the likes of Mason Mount. Those guys are pressing. What about Sesko's growth? Well, the last time I checked, Sesko is a young striker that we have to nurture and let him become good. That doesn't mean he has to play every game. Man can learn off Harry Kane. He's one of the best strikers there's ever been. Came for 50 million for 3 years. Defo would improve United. It would improve us untold. 100%. 100%, Gaz. I hope you don't mind me calling you Gaz. 100%. It's not even a discussion. Harry Kane up front for 2 to 3 years, bro. Don't matter about sell-on value at this point. You spend 50 million, you're getting an instant return in goals, bro, and plenty of them. Plenty of them. Lewandowski went to Barca at 34 and helped them win the league. Kane could do the same for us, exactly. I don't get it. And Lewandowski's still there. Injury problems, I know, and he's like I said, 37 on now. So that's tough. But exactly, top strikers are top strikers, man. Seriously. And both can be true. Whereas Wally, 100%. Signing Kane won't mean anything without signing a top midfielder first. Sign both. Where's our ambition? I'm with you, where's Wally? Sign both, bro. Go and get Baleba and go and get Kane. Go and get Wharton and go and get Kane. Go and get Elliot Anderson and go and get Kane. Whatever it is you want to do. Go and get Baleba and then like a more modest midfielder that you can get, like a Stiller maybe, and go and get Kane. Get 2 midfielders and get Kane. Sell Bruno if you're going to sell Bruno. Whatever it is you're going to do. Sell Ugarte for 35 million. Like, whatever it is, we have to have ambitions of trying to do that. Kishan says Kane will have the drive to be all-time Premier League top goal scorer. That can only benefit any team he joins. This is a no-brainer. 100%. Guys, I'll be honest, and it's probably naive of me, yeah? I thought I would bring this up, and this would be like unanimous. Like, everyone's like, obviously you sign Kane. The fact that it's 50-50, where is it now? It's a little bit higher now. 56% are coming to their senses versus the 44% that don't think we should get him. But my God, I honestly thought, I did never think it would be that close, especially if, as the story goes, which is this rumors, we're just hypothesizing, especially if he wants to come here. Imagine that. Harry Kane going, I'm interested in joining you. Nah, we're all right, thank you. We're all right. We've got Benjamin Sesko, mate, and Xerxes. What? Nah, you're good, Kane. You maybe just go back to Spurs, bro. It's best for you. Nah, go to... Because actually, in the Prem, let's be honest, if he does want to return to the Premier League, the obvious, most simple choice, obviously, is always going to be Spurs, right? But after that, it's only really us. Where else could he go? Chelsea, I mean, they would have to do something extraordinary to bring him in. I don't see it. I don't see it. With the Tottenham thing as well, Chelsea, would he just try and refrain from that? Probably. And Chelsea bringing in a 33-year-old, that definitely isn't what they do. Definitely isn't. But then again, exceptions can be made for someone as good as Kane. But I would probably discount him. Liverpool, they're sorted. Haaland is at City. Arsenal, impossible because of the links, obviously, with who Kane is. And of course, the Gyökeres thing. But just even off it being Arsenal, of course not. So it only really leaves Spurs and Man United, really, as realistic destinations in the Premier League. Even in world football, where could Harry Kane go if he wants to mix it up a little bit? if Lewandowski leaves Barcelona at the end of this season, could he go to Barcelona? He can't go Real Madrid. Can't see that happening now. Got Mbappe. So really on the continent, unless he goes to somewhere big in Italy, which I can't see him doing that. Can't see him maybe going to Spain after this. I can only see him going back to England. I can't see him doing MLS vibes yet or Saudi yet. I don't see that. Newcastle, shout. Nick Voltemada's been done really well, but of course, if anyone can get Harry Kane in the Prem, yeah, Juve's a good one. But Newcastle, yeah, I hear that. But yeah, like Sho says, Barca 100% an option. So obviously he's going to have options. And guys, it's like, if these are the sort of teams that could be in for him, you know, Barcelona, you know, like, or Newcastle, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Why can't he play for us then? You know what I mean? Even wages, I don't care. Obviously not 500 bag a week, that's fine. But what is he on? He's on something ridiculous at like, yeah, he's on 400 plus. Like, you got to talk about that coming down. You know, he has to take a pay cut. But guess what? Someone like Kane probably would be on 350, bro. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie. But the counterbalance to that is, because I know we don't want to break our wage structure. So, yeah, you got to give him the Casemiro piece, bro. We're already giving one man 350. You may as well give it to a man who actually should be that. Innit? If you told me we could sign Harry Kane for 50 million, but you got to pay him 300 bag a week, I'm giving it to him, bro. I'm giving it to him. That's what you pay. That is when you do pay that money for the creme de la creme, bro. Like the top man, as we say in Jamaica. Do you know what I'm saying? The top man. That's the money that you give to these guys because they deserve it. The track record shows it, and what they're going to do for your club, i.e. scoring goals. They're the money. That's the money. You don't give that to a holding midfielder who's past it. You give it to a man who can score goals, bro. So you line him up 350 comfy, 300 comfy, 325 comfy, whatever, within reason. Obviously, the 400, the 450, it's a bit mad for us. We can't really be doing that. But geez, man, come on. But we want to give, you know what I mean, 180, 200 to man that are nowhere near Kane's level. You have to, if you want premium, you have to pay premium, bro. Do you know what I mean? You have to pay premium. Sanchez says if we get in Europe, then we should definitely get him. Yeah. Listen, if we don't get in Europe, he won't come. That's a really good point. We can't even talk about this Harry Kane thing seriously. Well, it's difficult to do it anyway because it's going to be a stretch. It's going to be very difficult to make that happen. But if we ain't got no Champions League, because even Europa's probably not good enough. In fact, actually, we can't get him because I don't think we'll get Champions League this year anyway. Would Harry Kane come here if we were in the Europa League? But then if we went back to Spurs, if they don't get in the Champions League, but it's different because that's his club, innit? That's his club. I think it matters less about the Champions League if he went back to Spurs than it does us. Do you not think we could sign Harry Kane not being in the Champions League? Being in Europa at worst? Let me see what you lot are saying about that. Do you think it matters? Do you think it matters? What do you think? No. As in, no, we can't. Sho says no. Spurs is a going home thing, not Champions League. Agreed, Imran. Sho, yes, it matters. Yeah. No, says PJ. Yes, you could sign him. No, it doesn't matter, says Jamie. Depends on how many years he thinks he has left. Yeah, I think apart from Spurs, I think it matters. Shout out TT. It matters, bro. I think it matters personally. Big up to anyone who thinks it doesn't, but I think it does. I think someone as good as him, you know, he wants to have a chance at winning the Champions League every year. Now, you could say we're way off actually winning it. You know, I get that, but at least be in it. And to be part of something special that could, you know, United could go on a run or something. If we just got no Europe, I think that's a big ask. I think that's a big ask. I'll be honest. Kishan, big up to you. Says Kane will have the drive to be. Oh, I read that one already. Actually, shout out Andre. Says Kane is still banging in goals. 100%, bro. Facts. Sanchez says, if we are playing one game a week next season, then no point getting him. We have to get into Europe for even him to think of joining us. Yeah, if we only had one game a week, I'd still get him if he wanted to come, because the chance of getting back into Europe, back into the Champions League and going in the right direction with Kane versus without is way different for me. So if he did want to come here and didn't care about that, I think we still sign him. But I think you're right, Sanchez. For him to want to come here, he ain't going to want to come here and know Europe. That's just a joke, man, thing for someone as good as him. It's actually insulting, really, to someone like as good as him, unless it's Spurs, because that's his club. This is interesting from Ramos. Says, Flex, let's play devil's advocate. What could go wrong tactically by getting him? Tactically, what could go wrong? Well, you'd have to look at it. He likes to drop deep. So, and Cunha likes to be, deep or in and around the 10, less so making runs in behind. And Boomer makes runs in behind. Cunha wants the ball to feet. There could be a conflict of interest that would need sorting out between Harry Kane and Matheus Cunha, because they both want to drop off. They both want to kind of be suppliers. Like Max says there, Kane and Cunha occupy the same spaces. So there'd have to be like something tactically to change there. That's on Ruben Amorim. Listen, third world problems, as they say. Oh no, what we're going to do? We've got to work out a system between Cunha and Kane to make sure they don't bump into each other. I think if you're a decent coach, you should be able to work that out. But that's something. PJ says it would mean benching Sesko and still having no midfield. This still having no midfield thing, though, PJ. Like I said, signing Kane doesn't need to exclusively mean that we're not going to sign any midfielders. We all agree midfielders are top of the list, but an opportunity to sign Kane also has to be at the top of the list. Get both. You get both. You sign Adam Wharton, Baleba, Anderson. We'll talk about the midfield options in a minute. Not in a minute, but later on in the show, I want to talk about that as well. But you get both. You're right. We can't just go and get Kane and not get no midfielders. Can't do that. We have to get midfielders. But Kane wouldn't use up all our budget, so we can't afford anything else. So, but the bench and Sesko thing, I mean, again, like, if we get back into Europe this year, we'll have more games. Sesko, he doesn't need to be the finished article. What is Sesko, 23? How old is Sesko? He's 22, 23, isn't he? 22 years of age. He's a kid. He's young, man. Do you know what I mean? Learn for Harry Kane for 2 years, 3 years. Sesko be 25, prime, ready to go. It's no problem. It's fine. We can't, on one side, say we put too much pressure on the young guys who haven't been there and done it yet, and there's too much pressure on them. Get them the guy who has been there and done it and got the T-shirt 10 times over to learn off, and then say, but what about the young guy? He's not going to learn. He's not going to develop. Do you know what I mean? So I don't see that. Bruv, says, as soon as players are past their best, they get their agents to get them to sign at United. Vicious cycle. Do you think Harry Kane's past his best? I think he's arguably playing the best he's ever played, bro. Do you know what I mean? Or at the very minimum, you say just doing what he's always done. Do I need to remind you of his goal scoring record? Do you want to should we just do that really quickly? Kane stats. Should we just do it really quickly? Right. Kane has been there for 3 seasons. This is the 3rd season. The first season in the league alone, 23-24 season, he played 32 games in the league. He scored 36 goals. But you could argue that this was 3 years ago. So you're like, so what, man? You know what I mean? Or 2 years ago. Last season, he played 31 games in the league, scored 26. This year, he's played 7 in the league. He's already scored 12. In the Champions League, in his first year, he played 12, scored 8. Champions League last year, played 13, scored 11. This season, played 3, scored 5. The cup can't bother to even do that. But let me look at it on a whole. So this year, this season, guys. This season, Harry Kane has played 12 games in all competitions. 7 in the league, 3 in the Champions League, 1 in the Cup, and 1 in the Super Cup. He scored 20 goals in 12 games. He scored 20 goals in 12 games. Let's go to last season. Get that. Don't want no ads. Get off. Let's go to last season. Last season, he played a grand total of 51 games, 31 in the league, 13 in the Champions League, 5 in the Club World Cup, and 2 in the German Cup. Played 51 games, scored 41 goals. 41 goals, registering 14 assists. In his first season in Bayern, he played a grand total of 45 games, 32 in the league, 12 in the Champions League, 1 in the Super Cup, 45 games. He scored 44 goals. Now, you could argue again that was 2 to 3 years ago, but like I say, when you bring it to the current day, he's currently on a run of 12 games and 20 goals. Guys, to be talking about, I'm going to be honest with you guys, because it is all about opinions, and I don't ever shit on people's opinions. But after what I've just read out to you, I think it's criminal and blasphemy to be discussing what about our system, what about the Premier League, what about his age. I'm sorry, guys. And then on top of that, take out the Bundesliga tax. There you go, because I knew, you see, I'm glad you said that, Slices of Sib. That's Germany, bruv. That's Germany. Because it's not like, I mean, imagine if Harry Kane would have played in this league before so we would know what he's all about. Imagine he would have. If only we had some sample size to see how good he could be in this league. Because in the season that he left Tottenham, he played 38. Huh? That can't be right. Is that what he scored in the league? The season he left Tottenham, 22-23. I can't believe my eyes. I didn't know he scored that much. He played a grand total of 49 games. 38 in the league, 8 in the Champions League, 2 in the FA Cup, 1 in the Carabao Cup. He scored 32 goals. 32 goals in 49 games for Spurs. Guys, do you know how many he scored in the league? He scored 30 Premier League goals. Was he the Golden Boot winner the year he left? He must have been. I forgot to put respect on his name. 22-23, he scored 30 Premier League goals. I didn't even remember that. He scored 30 the last time he played in this godforsaken league. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then let's just do entirety to round it off. For Tottenham, he played 435 games and scored 280 goals. Wow. For Bayern Munich so far, this is just stupid. He's played 108 games in all comps and scored 105 goals. Ross. Yeah, I was going to say something else too early. Ross. That's all I'm going to say. So this clearly is a guy that is not showing any signs of stopping. Exactly. He's coming back for Shearer's crown. He has to. What's he got? He's got 280 Premier League goals. How much has Shearer got? People? Someone put that in the chat. Can't bother to type it. Oh, you know what? Let me just fact check it. It's always good to do that yourself, to be fair. What's Shearer's thing? 260. 260. So Shearer's got 260. And Kane's got 280. Oh, that's all comps. Sorry. Let's do by competition. What's Kane on in the Premier League? So he's on. All right, he's on 213. 213. He needs another 50 odd goals. 50 odd goals. So he'd have to come back to the Prem. And arguably, if he can do 225 goal seasons, which is not beyond him, depending on who he's playing for, I get that. Maybe 3 seasons. He might be able to do 3 seasons in the Prem, because maybe the 3rd season he does when he comes back might not be the best. But I'll give him 3 seasons to get 60 goals. Easy. Sorry, 50 goals. 50 goals, because he's on 213. So if you added 50 to that, that would be 263. So, you know what I mean? 47 then. He needs 47 goals. Light. He needs 47 goals. Come on, guys. Come on, we got to be part of that. We got to be part of that, people. 2 seasons at United. Go score us 47 goals in the league over 2 years. Taking all the pens as well. Take them off Bruno, if Bruno's even there. Oh, my days. Does he want United, though? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Back to reality. We don't know. Flex, I reached out to you a couple of weeks ago on a live show. And you told me to hit you up on socials, which I did, but you never got back to me. Sir Marcus, what did you hit me up on? What was the DM on? Let me know what it was so I can look out for your account. And is it called Sir Marcus on that platform? Because as you can imagine, I get loads of DMs, bro, loads of requests that I don't even get to see. So apologies, bro. But hit me up in there. Oh no, Sheffield Wednesday into administration. Hit with points deduction as well. That club, man. Historic club. Right. As soon Narborough says as soon as oh yeah, we read that one already. So there you go. Harry Kane. Let's finish the poll as well before we move on. I got rid of it. Oh, for God's sake. I'll just keep it running throughout the shows. I can't bother to pull up that tab again. I got rid of it. Let me know in the chat in the chat though what the poll is saying, because I ain't got it up right now. Let me know. Let me know while going. And while you're there, drop a like on the video. Let's have a little temporary pause. Smash a like if you haven't smashed a like already. Got basically 700 people watching live. Big up to you lot. Smash a like, and oh yeah, Harry Amas is there as well. Jesus, what a tough environment for the kid to be in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, smash a like on the video, man, and make sure you subscribe to United View if you haven't done so already. Oh, it's on 60% for Kane, is it? Good. Common sense has prevailed. Maybe it started changing when I read out them stats. People thought, right, you know what? Good. We most of us see sense. 60% of us see sense. The other 40%, you lot got work to do. On IG, Sir Marcus. Right, okay, I'll look out for that, bro. I'll check it out later on today. Big up to you, man. Right, the next thing I want to talk about was this midfield shortlist. Let's talk about that. And this came from who was it? What said this? This was again Ben Jacobs was involved in this, and Alex Crook. Shout out Crookie. Man United are open to adding 2 new midfielders in 2026 and have a 6-man shortlist. Baleba, we already know that. Anderson, I'm happy about that. Wharton, we already know that. Angelo Stiller, we already know that. Conor Gallagher and Andre Santos. Now, Andre Santos, of course, at Chelsea. He was on loan last year, I believe, at Strasbourg, I want to say. Andre Santos. I'm sure he was on loan there last year. Someone let me know if I'm correct. I'm checking now. All seasons. Yeah, Strasbourg. So he's a Brazilian. You know, I've seen him a few times. I've seen Matisse raving about him, saying how good he thinks he is. He's been wanting him to play for a while for them. And now he's obviously back there getting a chance. Read out stats from like 3 years ago. Read out stats from like 3 years ago, you know. What about Harry Kane? Well, bro, I just dropped the stats of now. Yeah, what you want? Get over it. Nah, bruv. Yeah, you're in the 40% who don't have a clue, bro. Get over it. Yeah? Come to this side. Understand that Kane is the man, bro. Kane is the man. Big up to you now, bro. 7 away from 200 likes. Let's do it, people, because we're just pushing towards 700. Actually, we were just nearly about to hit 700 people watching live. Do me a favor. Drop a share. Drop it into your chat, your group chats, etc., etc. Let everybody know that we're live. We can get to over 700 people. Little repost for me as well. Let's do that. Right, this midfield shortlist. So yeah, Andre Santos, like I said, is on there. I think for me, I've spoken really like glowingly about Elliot Anderson. I think there's a couple on there that can be the game changers, and there's a couple on there that could be like the depth that we need. And all of them, I think, are the right type of profile. In terms of Angelo Stiller, in terms of getting around the pitch, I don't know. I haven't seen that much of him. What I've seen of Andre Santos and what Matisse has been saying, he's definitely all action. We know about Conor Gallagher can get about, and the other three can certainly get about. And we know about their quality because all three of those are in the Prem in terms of Baleba, Anderson, and Wharton. That's a good list. That's a very good list. I hope it is the list. Obviously, you know, Crookie and Ben Jacobs putting that 6-man shortlist forward of interest. You never know, you know, how true it is, if that is it. But the players we're getting linked with are good. I think it's the same last year as well. To get linked to Mbumo, Cunha, Shesko, these are sought after players. These are very good players. And Sonny Lemons, the scouting that's been done there clearly after 2 games is good. So that looks like a really good window. It could be one of our best windows for a long time. This window looks like it's been. And the next window coming up is massive. Of course, we could talk about January. I get that. So if we can get one of these in the summer and one of these in January, great. Who cares? I just want to get them in. But, you know, I really like Anderson. I love Wharton. Really like Baleba. I think Conor Gallagher is a good squad player to have. Can start games where he needs to, but a good squad player to have. I think he's better than Ugarte. Andre Santos, I like the look of him. And obviously Stiller has been, you know, tipped as the next Tony Cruz. Bit much, but that's some of the things we've been seeing, like on that comp yesterday. If you're there, you're there. If you know, you know. But I like the links. I like the links, man. We just got to go really strong. I think the way we revamped our midfield, our attack in this summer, we have to do exactly the same in midfield. Give it that major surgery. For me, if you can keep Kobe Mainu and potentially keep Bruno, maybe. But I'm probably asking for too much here because it's going to be too upset. Like, let's be real. If we get 2 top midfielders, Kobe still doesn't play, he'd just leave. Bruno, not going to get replaced, but so he's going to keep playing. So really, it looks like we've only got 1 spot. But I don't care. I just want quality on the bench and in the team. For me, I want to be greedy. So from a selfish point of view, I would like to keep Bruno and Kobe. You get rid of Ugarte and you get rid of Casemiro and you bring in any mixture of them 3. Well, not any mixture, because I wouldn't want like Gallagher and Santos. That's not enough. One of the big 3. So let's call it the big 3. Within that 6, we've got the big 3. That's Wharton, Anderson, Baleba. Do we all agree on that? That out of that 6, the big 3 is them. You never know how transfers pan out. You could get Andre Santos, could be a revelation. You could get Conor Gallagher, could be a revelation. You could get, I don't know, Stiller could be revelation. But I think the 3 that the revolutionary 3, the staple 3 is Wharton, Anderson, Baleba. If you give me one of them with essentially any of the other 3, as well as keeping Kobe and Bruno, perfect. Now, obviously, the question is, how do you keep them all happy and stuff like that? Hopefully, we should be back into Europe and playing a lot more games, Europa League minimum, Conference League minimum. But I think Anderson's a bit overrated, said it's Exedra. I don't know, man. I really like him. I think he's wicked, man. Stiller's better than Anderson for me, he says. Haven't seen enough Stiller for me to say that, but fair play if you've seen him and made that conclusion. I don't want to deal with Chelsea, says Kristen. I hear that, bro. I hear that. They're an absolute nightmare. Max says, choose one. A Dalla replacement or a solid DM signing. Why do we have to choose one, bro? I'm going to say a midfielder. I think we would be a better team now if we had a better midfield versus having a better wing back right now. Do you get that? Like, obviously we need both. We absolutely need both because left wing back is not good enough, especially when you look at what Ahmad's starting to do, cooking at right wing back. But if you put a gun to my head today, central midfield every day of the week. We need to control games. We need to have an enforcer in there. We need to have a fantastic passer in there, especially because we only play 2. You know what I mean? What are you drinking, Flex? Looks pain. This is just it's just water, but little electrolytes in there. Yeah, Free Soul electrolytes. Quite nice citrus flavor. There you go. See it there? Free Soul electrolytes, bro. Try it. This is not an ad. Just I have these every morning. They're nice. Give man a little boost. But yeah, I think if you're asking me now to answer your question, Mac, it's got to be a solid defensive midfielder signing. Has to be. Belabor. So that Belabor over a left wing back, yes. Wharton over a left wing back, yes. Anderson over a left wing back, yes. Whoever else the top central midfielder could be, that one of the names we ain't mentioned, but is the guy. Yes, yes, and more yes, bro. Dalot stinking out the place. Listen, I know it is a problem. I'm not saying it's not. It definitely is. I don't know what he's been on recently. He's just playing crazily. Dorgu, I just want to give him a bit more time. I'm still not sold on him. He does have some good attributes. I think he was showing really good improvements in the summer. Actually, when we was away on tour, I think he got a goal and assist in one game. Was that against Everton? No, not against Everton. That was against Bournemouth, I think it was. Played really well. Or was that against West Ham? I think it was against West Ham, actually. He put a through ball through an assist for Rasmus, didn't he? And then he scored himself. I think it was West Ham. Anyway, one game on tour, and he had a good tour. And I remember asking him, because we were there in the presses, not presses, the mix zones. I remember asking him, like, how do you feel about, how you're playing now, what's changed, etc. And he was saying, I've just been here longer, I'm getting more comfortable. But even Amram's kind of spotted it, because Ahmad has to play. He prefers Dalot over Dorgu at the minute on the left-hand side, which isn't working out. But he prefers him because of, I don't know, the best version of Dalot could be potentially better than Dorgu, but how often do we see it? The situation of understanding the league is there. So, yeah, man, I want to give Dorgu a bit more time, but we need better in that position. Between him and Dalot right now, it's worrying out there, but not over a centre midfielder for me. You know what I mean? Not over a centre midfielder. And of course, guys, before we finish off, Brighton tomorrow. We just got to win, bro. There's no other outcome that can happen. It's a tough ask. It's a big game, Shout out to Rob Dawson. He did a piece saying Ruben Amorim has the same number of Premier League wins against the Big Six as he does against the middle 11 teams in the league. Liverpool was a big result, but there's an argument that Brighton on Saturday will be a better measure of Man United's progress. Do you guys agree with that? That beating Brighton is probably a better measure of our progress than beating Liverpool away? I agree with that because Liverpool, we under Ruben, what we have done is, we've had a big statement win away. We beat City, and we drew in that 2-2 where we probably should have won that game last year against Liverpool. So that does show something, getting wins away against the Big Six. That is good. But our Achilles heel, like it says there, the numbers don't lie, is that we have the same amount of wins against the top 6 teams, same number of Premier League wins against the Big Six as he does against the middle 11. That's not good enough. That's not good enough, man. And listen, these teams are good. This middle 11 teams he's talking about, that involves Aston Villa, that includes Newcastle United, that includes Spurs, that includes Brighton, that includes Crystal Palace. Look at Brentford. These include some tough teams. So, but we have to get past that. That is a better sign of where we're going. Are you picking up wins against Brightons and Forests? Because Forest now, I get it, but over the last 12 months, Forest have been in that middle order as well. They're another team that have pulled our pants down home and away. Do you know what I mean? Villa, weirdly, we do all right against, but they're another team. Newcastle United, my God, they've been mashing us up home and away, destroying us, especially at their place. And look what they did to us last year. I think maybe even the year before. When last did we beat Newcastle United at home? Oh, and actually, I think we did beat them at home the year before. Actually, it was Rasmus Højlund scored a good goal, I think, off the top of my head. But you get my drift. So back to what Rob Dawson is saying. 100%, it matters more to these batch of games here. Brighton and Forest. That's a bigger That's a bigger sign of where we are at, rather than an amazing game, an amazing game, first time happened in 10 years, 9 years, away at Anfield. Brilliant. Celebrate it. So the cows come home. Great. But our bread and butter is these games. If we were winning all of these games, more or less, if we were winning against everybody else, but against the top six, we just had big problems, we would be able to be comfortably 5th or 6th and then work from there. Then you just try and put the cherry on top or sprinkle the icing on top, whatever you want to do to finish the cake, and work out how you bridge the gap between yourselves and just the top teams. But for all of this time, everyone is a problem for us. Even narrowly beating teams that have just been promoted versus bottom half teams, getting done by Brentford, getting done by Wolves, these type of teams. It's been a problem for us, getting done by Fulham and that. Can't beat these teams away. So yeah, I think that is a fair take. So for tomorrow, in a weird way, I'm nervously looking forward to it. I'm very nervous, but at the same time, I'm taking a bit of positivity of like, they can go and put a performance. How refreshing would it be to see us beat Brighton? The Sunderland one was a bit different. It just felt good to win a game. It felt really positive. Liverpool is an anomaly in terms of, wow, we're on cloud nine. We never win there. This Brighton one seems like the one of like, if you win that, if we beat Brighton tomorrow, I think we can start to look at conversations. Can't say it in its entirety, but we can start to look at conversations that are discussing about turning a corner, I think, if you beat Brighton. Because we've won the last 4 out of 6. If we win that game, we would have won the last 5 out of 7 and the last 3 in a row. That's some good form. That's some good form. Then you go to Forest, and again, it's the same challenge. Then it will be you won 6 out of the last 8 if we beat Forest. And then you would have won the last 4 in a row. Imagine we're talking like that. Then you go to Spurs, and then it's all on Frank. That could be 5 games in a row, people. But anyway, let's scale it back, because this is why tomorrow is important. Game by game. Game by game. These are the conversations that we could have, but we're not near having it yet, because you got to do the work. You got to do the work, and you got to win football matches. So yeah, smash a like on the video, people. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Today, Trinity back in town. Shout out Trinity. That's at 4 p.m. Make sure you guys tune in to that. Myself and Owen will be back. Owen will be back for that. People have been asking where Owen is. I've been a little bit under the weather. You know, there's bug going around. It's the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Look after yourself. That's why the electrolytes, people. You know what I'm saying? Boost up yourself and your Optimum. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll be back 4 p.m. for the Trinity episode. Don't even know what it is these days. 89 something? I don't know. Can't remember. So smash the like, and I'll see you guys then. Oh, also Amram's presser later on today as well. So whatever he drops in the presser, I'm sure we'll discuss it in the Trinity. As always, we're out of here. Take care, man. Have a blessed day. Peace.